Well, our next guest says if you are over 40 and single, baby, it is time to mingle. Dating expert Kimmy Seltzer is back with 5 strategic tips on dating in your fabulous 40s. Kimmy, it's good to have you back.
I love this month.
I have enjoyed you so much on Mama Mondays. Truly great advice, because once you head into the 40s, once you've been through a divorce, once you've been around for a little bit, I feel like it's harder to date because we've got more walls up, right?
It can be, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to change your mindset around it all. I love this month of love, you know, instilling hope in people, especially if you're single, looking to mingle. But, you know, I will say it can be very stressful during the holidays.
Yes.
And it causes a lot of, like, feelings of loneliness.
Yeah.
You see couples around you, and they're all, like, celebrating. So
well, you can't even walk into a grocery store without the balloons and the roses everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really, it's like kind of putting on a different pair of glasses and looking at the world different as a way of, well, wait, this is a chance to look for other singles who are possibly looking to mingle.
Right.
And it really is that. And actually, February 15th is Singles Awareness Day. So they've actually made a day around celebrating the benefits of being single.
Okay, which is good too, right? But let's stick to that number one, because this stood out to me a lot when you say reframe the mindset. I'm a big believer in the power of the mind and how you want to see life.
Yeah, I mean, if you see the world as negative and sad, it's going to be that.
True.
And so if you look at this as a positive and that there's benefits to being single, I mean, look, you have freedom. You can do whatever you want, let's face it.
This is true, ladies.
And especially later in life, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, I mean, maybe there's things that you just haven't done in a long time that you could just do. Maybe it's a day for just pampering.
There you go.
And just like create a love note to yourself and have a bubble bath and just celebrate you.
That sounds really good. Okay, you also say we need to reconnect with hobbies, things we love to do, or try something new.
Yeah, well, again, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you sometimes get caught up in the couplehood of what like you want to do as a couple.
Yeah.
Now it's time to almost revisit and go back to basics, to the things that you used to enjoy doing that maybe you just didn't do or you stopped doing.
Yes.
And on top of it, what are some new things that you can do to just kind of invigorate that energy?
Hello, it's
new
because we all
things.
have it. When you think about it, we all have that inner energy, and we can channel that. We just need to do it.
And let's face it, that's sexier when you have new energy. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of is.
Right?
Okay.
And so do like a pattern disruption. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, do something different.
Okay.
You know, that's the definition of insanity, right? So like
Yes.
by doing something that creates that energy, especially that flirty energy, people are gonna notice and you'll create opportunities.
I love that tip. Okay, this one, find places where singles over 40 are. This one is tricky because how do people do that? Like, how do we know where they are? Like, I've heard for the longest time that Trader Joe's is the place, but
oh, they're everywhere. It could be Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, it could be a coffee shop. It doesn't matter where, they're everywhere. But that's the first thing, is I tell people to take the blinders off and look around. So instead of swiping on your phone, swipe your head left and right, because you never know who's next to you.
That's right.
And, you know, I always say, like, your dating portfolio should be like your financial portfolio. You need to diversify as much as possible. It's never a good idea to just put all your stock in one thing, like just going online or just relying on friends to set you up. Do it all, because statistically, your opportunities will go up, and it'll put you in to practice those dating skills.
That's right. Which this here is very similar to this next one. Be proactive and intentional. Say, I'm going this place with the intention of looking around me and see if I could see somebody.
Exactly. Like, gone are the days of when you were younger, you had the infrastructure of maybe college and your social life right there.
Yes.
You have to put yourself out there to really, like, get those opportunities, or that meet cute moment, as I call it. I actually have a workshop, because everybody wants to know how to date in real life. If you go to stophatingdating.com, you'll see it. But that is where I teach people how to create a dating plan, just like a business plan, so that you're putting yourself out there. And the name of the game is doing a variety of things. So one is just practicing going out by yourself, maybe signing up for classes, and also doing like one-off events that also has like your interests interest, because like-minded people will be there, just like you.
That's right. And the fifth one, I love this one. Get your flirt on. Hello. Dress the part and start flirting. No, this does not make you somebody who's out there. You know, a lot of people may take it like, well, oh my gosh, I'm not the flirty type. But you kind of have to.
You have to, and everybody can be a flirt. I've taught an 85-year-old woman to flirt at a bar.
Yes.
At ages of no consequence.
Yes.
And, you know, really, if you look at the definition of flirting, and I say this often, it in the dictionary, it says to behave as though you're attracted to someone without the serious intention of an outcome.
Oh.
Now, that last part is what trips everybody up, because everybody's worried about what's next, but really it's about what is.
I love it. Kimmy, you always have the best advice. And of course, Kimmy's going to be back very soon again, right here to give us more interesting insights and advice when it comes to love. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, get inspired to find love. You can connect with Kimmy Seltzer by heading to her website at kimmyseltzer.com. You can also follow her on Instagram. Go right now and follow at Kimmy Seltzer.